Get ready to embark on an economic journey as we unveil the heartbeats of the Rwandan business landscapes. This is the Business Age, your front row seat to the economic renaissance of the land of 1,000 hills. Join us as we traverse the bustling markets of Kigali, delve into the success stories of Rwandan entrepreneurs, and explore the dynamic forces shaping the nation's economy. From the boardrooms to the street vendors, we'll bring you the voices of the visionaries and the minds behind Rwanda's economic evolution. Discover the fusion of tradition and technology, witness the agricultural innovations transforming rural communities, and explore the cutting-edge innovations propelling Rwanda into a new era of economic prosperity. From the city lights to the rural landscapes, every business is a story waiting to be told. A very good evening. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's edition of The Business Age. As we continue to celebrate Women's Month, today's edition will spotlight the remarkable resilience and innovation of different women entrepreneurs who are shaping the business dynamics here in Rwanda. You will be with me, Naringwa Fiona Mothoni.
In recent years, Rwanda has made significant strides in promoting gender equality and women's empowerment, particularly in the business sector. Studies have shown that empowering women in entrepreneurship not only drives economic growth, but also leads to more inclusive and sustainable development. Now, let's meet some of the trailblazing women who are driving this change.
By the time I was already in secondary school, I had the passion to be an entrepreneur. We had the course in secondary school about entrepreneurship, the benefit of self-employed. I feel like, wow, I want to be this person. And of course, in university, I continued in medical school. After graduating, I was hoping that I would get job easily. They are saying medical professionals are not missing job. They're always hired very easier. And I had the same beliefs, but it didn't work like that. Because of our profession, we're not available in all health sectors. We are not on ministry structure. That's why it was not possible for us to get a job immediately. And I met with my co-founder, and he introduced me about the opportunities in the health sector, how we can get money from it. That's why we gained interest to go deep in business. Yeah, it was 2017, and we started. There was the market opportunity, of course. Medical professionals were lacking where they can get trainings because it was mandatory to train themselves and get certificates and be able to renew their license every year. And there was nowhere they can get those trainings. Me and my co-founder, we decided how can we plan a private company which can give this kind of trainings. We started inviting health professionals to come in over the weekend for training. And after that, we realized men are not attending because they are working from far, they are having weekend busy schedule. And we decided how we can move from face-to-face training to e-learning platform.
I can say that I started it as a form of business. I just grew up in that ecosystem because my mother used to be like in hospitality, but in an indirect way. When I was young, we used to see like people coming around, want to visit different places. And my mother used to do that, like taking them around. And I grew up like seeing that like in the family. And when I was finishing my high school, I got a job. And like working for someone was really good because that was a new experience. But I didn't like how it was at the end because I didn't get exactly what I was looking for as an individual, as a person that wants to grow from one level to another. And I happened to meet my colleague whom we share the same perspectives, like related to business. That's how it started. And I feel like, what can we do like in the sector? How can we make this really formal? Like by engaging especially the local people like in our community.
There was different obstacles and the challenges in the journey. And as I told you, we started having face-to-face training, and we realized many are not coming. Others are complaining, it's time-consuming, it's money-consuming. Imagine a person from Rusizi to come to Kigali for one-day training. That's costly because it has to pay accommodation, lunch, and other things. It was a challenge for us because that person can't come back. There was no capital, of course. We were using people's money. What they are paying, that's what we are giving. And later on, we're lacking mentorship. Someone who can help us to understand what we are doing, how we can leverage with what is existing, and how we can get benefit from it. After that, of course, why we decided to move from face-to-face training to digital or e-learning platform, there was technology challenge for other people. They are not familiar with the online courses, they are not believing it's real. That's the challenge we have been facing. And later on, after, like in 2019, we were supported by the first incubation program to 50 startups. It took us in part of the acceleration program for 9 months. They gave us training, support in technology, where they're giving us ICT people or those developers to help us to accelerate our platform, to create more courses and to make them visible. That's the way the journey started to become very easier. And up to there, I can say that we are thriving, we are not surviving. People are not, now we are having 10,000 customers on our platform. That's a huge number if you compare how people now are familiar with the e-learning, online courses. They are able to get their certificate. We are now having accreditation from regulatory bodies working under the Ministry of Health. People are now understanding what they are doing and they are valuing our impact in the health system.
We have like a marketplace where you can find different solutions in hospitality and tourism, ranging from like all the services you need in tourism. We have them. Like you can find like accommodation, transport, and then even tour packages, which I feel are the most services that are available in hospitality. But we have like something unique called virtual reality that we feel like it's something unique we can bring in the industry as a way of empowering and also enhancing how the services are offered. When you think about it, it's not really easy, but it's easy when you start. Because when you're trying to think about it, you feel like it's a very, very long journey. You don't even know where you can start. But it's like you are building a house, so you need to start with the foundation. And when you're done with it, that's when you say, like, what's going on? What's going to happen next? And I can say that it's more of believing in yourself and having the right team that will just empower you and help you to do what you want to do. And also move from your comfort zone and be like, this is not really easy, but I can have some inspiration from other people. You can even try to aspire yourself, because it's all around. It's all around seeing what is happening, and then feeling like you can do something about it.
Women entrepreneurs play a vital role in Rwanda's economy. By supporting their businesses, we not only enhance their livelihoods, but also create jobs, stimulate innovation, and ultimately contribute to poverty reduction and sustainable development.
Currently, we are not yet breaking our margin. We are still equalizing the expenses and the benefits, but it's not many profit. Our revenues are coming from different parts. For example, their revenues coming from direct users who pay for themselves, where revenues received from grants, because we received grants from JICA, That's the first grant we received. We received the grant from Hunger Fit Fest, supported by the Minister of ICT. We received the grant from, we won a bidding project for Enable 2 for digital literacy and the other for empowering those medical professionals. So that's where, and currently we are using the funding from Africa Impact Initiative as the top company, the first company in Rwanda selected as part of Africa Impact Initiative. So that's how we are receiving different revenues.
Rwanda is developing very fast, and technology also is really evolving. So you need to adapt in each and every sector. So, but we're kind of lagging behind in terms of online presence and visibility for the operators in tourism and hospitality. They could have very nice solution, but in terms of being visible online and also being findable online, it was really challenged. And you could find them complaining that we have infrastructures, we have services, but we don't know how to sell them. We don't find clients. How do other people are doing it? And you find that it's really hard. So we feel like that's a challenge, and we as young people and somehow know how the technology things work, we feel like we can bring a solution by focusing on the local operators who don't have the online presence and visibility in terms of marketing and selling their services. Talking of financials, I can't say that it was right away, because we did it like in parts. We could have the most challenge we had at the time was building a platform, and it requires first of all financial abilities and also the talent. We started in 2020, like in August 2020. That's why we started. And it wasn't really easy. First of all, COVID was still there, and we didn't have the right infrastructure. Even the talent was really hard to find. So it was like more of like building a team, finding like financial resources, even building the platform. Because at that time we didn't have the platform, and based on what you do, you can't operate without a platform because it's online. You need to be visible online. You need to have like an active platform for people who are looking for the services you're selling to find you online. So it was really hard like to make that transition from like science and come to technology. So I need to learn a lot of things. And as I was the founder, I need to know each and everything. Though I couldn't do that by myself, but I need to know what's going on, how things need to be done, what are the right tools to use, and who are the right people to approach, like in case I need anything to be done. So I can say I was lucky enough because I'm in Rwanda, and we have more of the supporting system, especially the incubation programs. I happen to be in tourism. There is tourism incubation, and that's where I can say that I started. Like I just had an idea at that time, and I had a coach, a mentor, and I just got there and then presents my idea, and it was like, no, I don't think this is possible. And he really challenged me a lot. I and my team, we just develop a business plan and then identify the market we want to serve, looking for the right tools for us to serve the market. And I can say that from there, we didn't stop.
In the realm of entrepreneurship, numerous challenges abound. Yet, in addition to these obstacles, women-led businesses encounter a set of distinctive hurdles.
Of course, in entrepreneurship, there are many challenges, like other can face, not based on the gender type. But also as a woman, I have received some challenges. Sometimes I can call it gender biases, because sometimes people say that if this thing is learned by a woman, it will fail on some point. And sometimes they just believe that if of course, me, I started doing this while I was a girl. Now I'm married. People think when you get married, you quit the business career. We move to another thing, so maybe your man will not accept it, which is totally different. So now I'm continuing the business while I'm even married. So other challenges, I can't call it, it was really challenging because my co-founder is a man and he understands the power of the energy I'm using. He gave me the time to explore. He gave me, he built my confidence in one way or another because he always mentored us to become a better person. So he pushed us, like the rest of the team, they're also women, except one co-founder, others are women. So we are doing what's supposed to do, and our business is learning. Not only we are women or we are lacking a man, everything is going well like any other person can do so.
We still have gender bias. When you, I don't know why, but when you are presenting a solution, and they find that you're a woman, they'll be like, are you going to do it, or like, are you behind these things? How? They don't think like you can do it until you prove like you can do it. So I feel like that's a challenge, and also we have like we still have a challenge of gender equity in general. Of course, I understand we can have like gender equality, but also gender equity is something we need to work on as women in general. We can have like the same opportunities, but still women and girls have their unique challenges, which are the barriers for them to achieve and be successful entrepreneurs. So I feel like we still need the right tools, especially supporting women in business or like who want to become entrepreneurs. But otherwise, it's still really hard for them to achieve what they want to be. I can say that at the same time, you need to be a mother, you need to be like a businesswoman, and also you need to be qualified and to excel in each and everything you're doing. So it's not really easy.
So the challenges are there, quite a number of them. And when you engage, you realize that there is so much barrier which can actually be broken, but it's just that they need that starting point of this is how we break the barrier and we move. So some of the challenges that I will point out today is, so number one is the cost of doing business. The cost of starting a business is quite high. And when I talk about cost, you think monetary terms, but that's not the point. The point is in the time they take to like research on what they do, the time they take on understanding the market, what's my value proposition, do I even have a competition, what is the pricing, who is my target market. Beyond that, you understand that putting that information together, the time that it takes is very high. So they would rather be doing something else, and they're like, putting so much effort in this is getting toll on them. The second challenge is the work-life balance. You realize that a woman has to choose between doing business and doing other things that they are obliged to do. So there's an opportunity cost there involved. You're like, do I do this? If you're lucky and you have a career and you have a job that pays you every month, you're like, let me stay on the job and take care of the family and the domestic other things that concern me, as opposed to having time to invest in the business. The other challenge is really with the women entrepreneurship I've seen is also the access to the right information. So before you start a business, there are things that you need to know and about your business, but also about the surroundings. When do you pay taxes? Who do you go to when you need to understand the kind of taxes that you need, or the turnover that you'll get at the end of the year? How are you supposed to do this? You have employees, what are they obliged to do? Do you need to pay for them? So that is information that is lacking. So the failure to have that kind of information makes us women enter in business, or any other person enter business, and you realize 2 years down the road, there's a lot of things that you could have known.
In their entrepreneurship journey, both Ange and Amina have been beneficiaries of various government and non-governmental initiatives dedicated to support women entrepreneurs, providing them with access to finance, training, and networking opportunities.
I'm thankful that our government is now supporting the women because many people don't believe in women, don't believe the power of women. But our government is supporting them, the Minister of Finance is supporting them, and they welcome the different initiatives which focusing on women empowerment. For example, now we had a Women in Business initiative. That's one ventures or one initiative which is supporting a woman. If they support us, why we're 20 women, and now they're taking another programs, and they also other programs supporting women. It's an advantage for us. They are giving us platform. They are giving us power to explore or to complete what's supposed to do.
Maybe before talking of the solutions available supporting women, I can say that it starts from us. It starts from us. When you feel like you want to move from your comfort zone and do something, you're starting to make changes in your community, wherever you are. And I can say that now we have many supporting systems that are supporting women in entrepreneurship. I can say now we are at NorthScan and we have what we call Women in Business. It's actually an initiative that is supporting women who are in business, but specifically technology, because we find that there is a gap in women in business, but specifically in technology. And I can also say that even the government of Rwanda is really supporting women. I'm like a beneficiary of different like supporting system, and I feel like we have now a privilege of doing what we feel like we can do and succeed in every market that we want to tap in.
An example of such an initiative is the Women in Business Initiative Program, a 10-month educational endeavor crafted to empower female founders in Rwanda, enabling them to thrive in establishing lucrative and socially significant tech enterprises.
The Women in Business Initiative is a project powered by the Swedish Embassy and NorthScan. The two of them really make all this happen. And the idea is to support women entrepreneurs by equipping them with skills and tools and techniques that help them to grow from one level of business to the other. Hopefully also build ventures and also be successful to be able to help other coming women, young businesses to come up with that. So when you look at the population of Rwanda, right now we're at 14.4 of the entire population, and 53 of that is women. But when you look at the business that we are doing, 40% only 40% of those are actually doing business. But also, the 70% of people doing business are also still, the women are still in the informal sector. That means we are doing subsistence kind of entrepreneurship where it's from hand to mouth. We're just doing something that will make us last a night and tomorrow we do. So it's really difficult. Other thing is the business means that 70% of them are not scalable, but also are not resilient enough to stand the test of time. Like, for example, the COVID-19 that hit, a lot of business went out of business because there was no tangible support and also for that. So to address that challenge, the Women in Business is here to actually say, how can we make sure that we improve and increase the number of women businesses that are really able to be scaled, but also available in the formal sector where they're able to pay taxes, to contribute literally to the general economic development of the nation. So that is why it was there. And also Women in Business is the only women-led kind of program that we have here in Rwanda, where it's only the women that we are now targeting, so that we can ensure that with the support we give them, with the partners that we bring on board, we are able to do a needs assessment and a gap analysis to understand how best can we support these businesses, especially the women in tech that are trying to come up with innovation solutions that can help us to move, from one level to the other, but also embracing technology and making sure we scale on a higher level. So that's why we are here, to really address. That's why Women in Business is here. And NorthScan and the Swedish Embassy came up with that to make sure that these numbers of women who are still doing subsistence kind of entrepreneurship are able to rise up with the support that given to them, with more information, more business development trainings and mentorship, to be able to move from one level of business to the other. even build ventures that stand the test of time. The first pilot was launched in December 2022. That's when we started. And then that goes from 10 to 11 months of the first pilot and everything, which was a success. And then right now what we are doing is finalizing on the recruitment process stage. And then we start implementing the second cohort in April. One thing that we do in Women in Business is really to understand that when the business come in, they are at a level where they are different. They're in the different sectors of their life, but also the needs that they need are so different. So we don't do a generic kind of setup. What we do is make sure that we do a needs assessment to understand that each of the founders needs this kind of support. So what we do is now make sure that in the ecosystem, in the around us, we have very good partners that are able to support when it comes to every other business development advice or skill that you may need. We bring them on board and make sure that in the course of the implementation period, we do what they call gap analysis to understand that. We also focus on the product development, because if you are talking about tech supported businesses as well, we need to focus on the product. Is it available online? Can we make it scale? Is it what criteria or strategies we need to make sure we help support the women in business?
As we've seen, women entrepreneurship is not just about business, it's about empowerment, resilience, and community development. These women are not only shaping Rwanda's economy, but also paving the way for future generations of female entrepreneurs. Here are some of the advice they had for aspiring women entrepreneurs.
Believe in yourself and make sure that you use each and every single opportunity around you, because it's now or never. If you don't do it now, don't think tomorrow you'll find it.
If you don't believe in yourself, no one will believe what you're doing. That's one thing. No matter what, no matter whatever you are doing, you have to be confident enough. Believe that you are doing the truth, and again, don't be overconfident. Sometimes you may do wrong, you may do something which is not a good way. You have to ask for support. You have to look for mentorship, and also you have areas to educate yourself. Which there are different courses online you can learn and improve yourself, either in career development, in business, career, and anything. You have areas to educate yourself and also look for mentorship and ask for help.
Go for it. And the only advice that I feel that is relevant here is please do something that you love. Please do something that you have a passion for, such that when you start doing it, it becomes more like you're doing a hobby as opposed to where you feel that, is this something that I was called for? When you do something that you love, it becomes enjoyable. And 2 years down the road, without the money, without the support, you still go on because there's a focus. So don't be scared to follow your dreams, and don't be scared to, go there and do something. Also, I would advise them to overcome doubt and the barriers that we face as women, and make sure that they're determined to follow their dreams, but also are focused and committed to do that. For me, I feel like there's nothing impossible. All we need is to really focus and understand, plus follow the right steps, read, get mentors if you want, but just go for it. You are not alone, I would say.
And that wraps up today's edition of The Business Age. We've had from different women within different spaces, from the tourism space as well as the health tech space, and also got to learn about the different initiatives within Rwanda that are supporting women entrepreneurs to navigate the business landscape. If you dream it, you can achieve it. Thank you so much. You were with me, Naringwa Fiona Mothoni.